I should have known something was wrong the moment the corridor lights flickered blue instead of white. On Starhub 12, the docking ring was always spotless, predictable, and painfully sterile. But that evening, after a grueling 12-hour shift hauling Xenotech containers, I wasn't paying attention. I just followed the glowing arrows toward what I thought was the rest bay. My mind drifted, half asleep, half hungry, half irritated at the overtime report waiting on my terminal. Then the arrow on the panel blinked out. The corridor ahead dimmed, and the door in front of me slid open with a soft hydraulic hiss. Inside, the room wasn't a rest bay at all. It was a dim chamber washed in deep violet light. Too cold, too quiet, too intentional. Holographic screens floated in the air like translucent ghosts, each displaying shifting symbols I couldn't read. At first, I assumed I had simply walked into a restricted tech lab. Then I noticed the scent, sharp, metallic, and eerily warm. Something alive had been here. Recently. I stepped back instinctively. The door didn't close. Instead, as if responding to my heartbeat, the lights brightened. A tall figure emerged from the shadows. My breath hitched. His silhouette alone told me he wasn't human. Broad shoulders, digitigrade legs, a tapering tail balancing behind him. But when he stepped into the center glow, I saw the rest. Metallic bronze skin with faint glowing patterns, narrow golden eyes, and armor that looked forged from compacted stardust. He was an alien. A warrior class, no doubt. But the part that froze my spine was the device strapped to his wrist, an active tracker displaying a blinking red. My name. My identifier code. My assigned cabin location. He had been tracking me. Before I could move, he spoke, his voice deep and vibrating like a sub-bass frequency. Human. You arrived sooner than expected. I backed into the door, palms sweaty. I think I walked into the wrong room. He tilted his head, studying me with unsettling calm. No, he corrected. You walked into the right one. A chill swept down my arms. I swallowed, trying to keep my voice steady. What do you want from me? The alien stepped closer, and despite his massive frame, his movements were controlled, precise, almost careful. I am Karzul of the Astrix Vanguard, he said. And you, human, possess what I seek. I blinked. What? I don't have anything. You touched the artifact, he interrupted. My stomach dropped. The Xenotech crate. The one that fell open earlier that day, when the anti-grav harness failed. I had grabbed the shimmering cube before it hit the floor, and felt a strange pulse shoot up my arm. You shouldn't even know about that crate, I said quietly. Karzul's eyes narrowed. And yet here we are. The middle. Karzul gestured to the hollow displays, each shifting to show images of the cube I had accidentally come into contact with. Every angle, every wavelength scan. You activated it, he said. Only a rare genetic frequency could do that. So you're saying my DNA unlocked an alien cube? I stammered. Correct. And you've been tracking me because of that? Yes. His blunt answers didn't help my panic. What does the artifact even do? I asked. Karzul hesitated, just a fraction of a second, but enough for me to catch the uncertainty in his posture. It is a seed core, he finally said, created by the vanished Astrix keepers. It bonds to a living host and amplifies latent resonance. Once bonded, it cannot be removed. My pulse spiked. So, it's bonded to me? He nodded once. I stared at the shimmering projections on the holographic screens. The cube pulsed with the same rhythm I'd felt earlier, like a second heartbeat. This is insane, I muttered. I'm just a cargo worker. I'm not special. I don't have resonance, whatever that is. Karzul stepped closer until he stood only a foot away. He was massive, radiating a heat like sun-warmed metal. You do now, he said. I didn't know whether to run, fight, or pass out. But something in his expression slowed my panic. His face, sharp, angular, undeniably alien, held no aggression. Only purpose, determination, and something else I couldn't yet name. Why me? I whispered. He answered with a gravity that felt ancient. Because you are the last compatible being in this sector. If the seed core chose you, there is a reason, and I am sworn to protect its host. I blinked. Protect me? He nodded. From those who would kill you to take the core. My blood went cold. You mean someone is... Before I could finish, the chamber lights flashed crimson. A piercing alarm echoed through the room. Karzul's head snapped toward the entrance. They found us, he growled. Who? The scavenger syndicate, he said, pulling a curved plasma blade from his armor. They will stop at nothing to claim the core, through your corpse if necessary. The door shuddered violently from an impact. He turned toward me, eyes blazing. Stay behind me, he commanded. I didn't argue. The door exploded inward. 3 shadow-armored figures rushed in, firing stun lances and thermal darts. Karzul lunged forward with a speed that defied physics, his blade slicing through one attacker, his tail whipping another into the holographic projector. The third aimed at me. Karzul roared, diving in front of the blast. The stun lance struck his chest, crackling with blue electricity. He staggered but didn't fall. I watched, frozen in shock, as he seized the attacker by the mask and slammed him into the wall hard enough to dent the alloy. Silence followed. I stared at him as my mind scrambled to process what just happened. He had taken a hit for me. He'd protected me. But why? Karzul breathed heavily, sparks still flickering across his chest plate. You must leave the station, he said. Now. The seed core is too exposed. I'm not going anywhere with some giant alien warrior. I snapped, adrenaline making my voice shake. I barely know you. You will not survive without me. I survived just fine before today. No, he said, stepping closer, voice low and serious. You survived because no one knew what you carried. That ends now. My breath hitched. He was right. The scavenger syndicate knew. More would come. What do I have to do? I whispered. Karzul extended his hand. Come with me. The station shook as another explosion echoed from the corridor. I grabbed his hand. The escape we sprinted through maintenance tunnels, emergency lights flashing red overhead. My lungs burned, my legs screamed, but Karzul never slowed. He moved with both speed and precision, guiding me around collapsing vents and flickering conduits. When he stopped suddenly, I nearly collided with him. What now? I gasped. We take the lower launch bay, he said. There is a stealth vessel hidden there. I frowned. You just hide ships around stations? I prepare for contingencies. Another explosion shook the deck plating beneath us. We ran. When we reached the launch bay, I saw it. A sleek, obsidian ship with shifting runic patterns glowing along its hull. It looked like a predatory creature waiting to spring. We rushed up the ramp. As soon as the door sealed behind us, Karzel activated the controls. The ship hummed to life, surrounding us with cool blue light. "Strap in," he said. The engines roared. The craft shot forward, smashing through the closing bay doors and diving into the black expanse of space. Sirens blared from the station behind us. I watched the star hub shrink into the distance, my life along with it. "Okay," I said, voice shaky. "We escaped. Now what?" Karzel turned toward me, golden eyes glowing faintly. "Now your real journey begins. The ending, full, proper, and complete." Hours passed as we drifted through a cold stretch of uncharted space. The adrenaline had faded, leaving exhaustion and a storm of questions. "Where are we going?" I finally asked. "To the Astric Sanctuary," Karzel replied. "Only there can the seed core be stabilized within you." I rubbed my arms. "Stabilized? That sounds bad." "It is merely dangerous," he said calmly. "Great," I muttered. "Comforting." Silence settled between us. Then Karzel spoke more softly. "You have shown remarkable resolve, human. Many would have collapsed under such pressure." I scoffed. "I'm still processing everything. I literally walked into the wrong room." "There are no wrong rooms," he said. "Only paths we do not yet understand." His voice carried a weight, not just of duty, but of something deeper. Something almost protective. "You risked your life for me," I said quietly. "You didn't have to." "I did," he replied. "The core has chosen. And so have I." My chest tightened at the sincerity in his tone. "What do you mean?" He met my gaze, and for the first time, the fierce warrior looked almost vulnerable. "I am bound to protect the host," he said. "But that is not the only reason. When you stepped into that chamber, I felt a resonance, one I have not felt in years. You are not merely the carrier of the seed core." His voice softened. "You are someone worth protecting." Heat rose to my face. I looked away, suddenly aware of the silence humming between us. "So, what happens next?" I asked. "We survive," he said. "Together." I exhaled slowly. "Together," I repeated. Karzel nodded, his gaze unwavering. "Your life will never be the same. Enemies will hunt you. Worlds will seek the core's power. But you will not face them alone." Something inside me, fear, dread, maybe even curiosity, shifted into something steadier. "I didn't choose this," I whispered. "But maybe I can live with it." A faint smirk crossed his alien features. "You will do more than live with it. You will become something extraordinary." The ship's navigation alarms chimed as a distant nebula lit up our view through the viewport. Our destination. Our beginning. I leaned back in the seat as stars streaked by. "I guess walking into the wrong room wasn't the worst mistake I've ever made," I said. Karzel glanced at me, warmth in his eyes. "No," he murmured. "It may yet be the best." The ship cut through the darkness, carrying us toward a future neither of us understood, but one neither of us would face alone. End.